It was once just an idea until breaking ground in November of 2016, and now here it is in all its glory. Spectacular SoFi Stadium here in metropolitan Los Angeles. Today, it's a matchup in the AFC West between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Los Angeles Chargers. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll run with Pollard. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. First down.
On the option, Mahomes will run it. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 33-yard line.
Run for Pollard. And he'll work this one up to about the 38.
Pollard, the ball carrier.
5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Oh, and he'll just get rid of this one deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report.
And look here, it's an opening drive fake. And he will not make it. They stop him short of the first down. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool him. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. First down, Justin Herbert looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
10 at the 11-yard line.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Herbert. And this is complete. It's Allen. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
10 yards.
This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Keep in mind they can still get a first down here as they come up on 2nd and inches. They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
They need about the length of the football here on 1st and goal. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Austin Eckler, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers have taken a first-quarter lead. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Chargers 7, Chiefs nothing.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
23-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. He's going to look deep for more. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 29.
It's a gain of
a big play
yards.
there for KC. 48 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's Pollard. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Ball carrier.
That one good for 12 yards in a Kansas City first. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
First down, and it's Pollard again. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9.
The ball carrier.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Quick throw out to Hardman on the perimeter. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. Throwing now is Mahomes. And that to his running back, Edwards-Helaire. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles. And
he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Derek Barnett able to maneuver in for the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last.
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Escaping the pressure right, and he's going to keep it here. Pretty nice gain on the scramble, gets him 12 yards. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off, not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on third down, makes it manageable now.
Going to throw on third down with Herbert. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense?
This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mecole Hardman with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Butker now to kick this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
At the 29-yard line.
Out of the gun, Herbert. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
to throw on third down. Herbert into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score Chiefs 21, Chargers 7. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah. Gonna take a shot for Gallup. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own.
That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line.
33-yard line.
An outstanding pickup there for the Chiefs. 49 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Pollard. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Tony Pollard.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
The last run got 3. Now here's 7. And Mahomes going to keep it himself. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a 3rd down. Now that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
Trying to run for it with Pollard. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good. And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. So good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is.
This is caught at the 20. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick 6? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. They'll run on first down. Pollard. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
12 at the Chargers' 35-yard line.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mecole Hardman with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. Looking deep for Adams. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 13. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge...
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. 30, 10, and they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down. Brutal, so take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
In his own end zone, it's Mahomes. Taking a deep shot. Oh, wide open, complete. The 30, 20. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Mecole Hardman on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And this offense continues to pour it on.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jumpstart.
And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 19. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
And he's got his target. That's Moore. He's at the 40. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. DJ Moore as the first half is winding down, and the Chiefs have got it on cruise control.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This will make it into the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
18-yard line.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. He gets this to Davante Adams. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout, as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trail as we get back underway. This taken in about 4 yards deep, and the half will begin with a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. On 1st and 10, Herbert looking deep for Adams. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete. The intended receiver there, Allen, and it'll bring up third down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. A shotgun snap for Herbert. He'll fire this deep. He's got a man, complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards. Looking deep for Adams. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Dante Jackson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
So the drive's going to start with Pollard, and he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On first down, Pollard, and the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Mahomes quickly complete out wide. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown.
Touchdown.
A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chiefs just continue to pour it on. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
And this carries into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 39. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. 30. 39 yards, the distance covered on the catch and run.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Gets it to Hardman, a jet sweep. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a 1st down. And
that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City.
To number 86.
An 11-yard touchdown. And this offense is running away with this one. Butker on for the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Makes the score Chiefs 59, Chargers 7. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Charger drive about to get going. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Just
after the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And that is incomplete.
But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those. But the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. They're going to try and throw. And Adams has it complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 27 yards, a big play there on 4th.
37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, Herbert rolling to his right. He'll fire this one deep for Eckler. And unable to connect on the long pass. He actually brings it in, but he was out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incomplete.
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. It's a big one there for the Chargers. 63 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Again, Herbert. He'll buy some time right. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Now a 2nd down throw for the but it's incomplete. Again, he was looking for Davante Adams, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now...
Herbert has it knocked free.
And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Fumble on the play. Recovered by Kansas City.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Flush to his right. To the right side, and he's got more complete.
7 yards, the pickup there.
Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. The 20 was...
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 20-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And they'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They'll get 34 yards there.
10 at the 46-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Herbert. They still can't get her. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Herbert's throw going to be caught by Henry. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 22 yards there, a first down.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
A big loss.
It'll wind up being a huge loss on the play, and that's going to bring up a second and forever. And now here's another interception. Picked off near the 42. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Off of play action, he'll look to throw. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now 2nd down.
After what they've faced during this game, where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Mahomes gets it out quickly, and it's complete out wide. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown.
To number 80.
From 21 yards away. And thanks to the interception, the Chiefs offense cashes in with 6. They seemingly just continue to score at will, and as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ballgame.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Chargers take over 1st and 10. at their own.
The Charger drive about to get going. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for. And it's second down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
On 3rd down, Herbert. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. They snap it to Herbert. I don't know what was going on there, but the end result, this is going to be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does them in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. From midfield, here's Mahomes. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now 2nd down.
No gain.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Mahomes going to throw. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Butker now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Chiefs 75, Chargers 7. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one. They'll probably... And a big loss here as he's taken down. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Boy, stays up, and he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the fourth. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
26-yard line.
He's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Now this time Mahomes will throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. The 30, the 20. A big play there on the catch and run. 62 yards. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. A quick throw complete into the flat out left. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
To number 80.
Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Mahomes down to a knee, and that should just about write a finish to this one. So they lost yardage, and they declined the penalty. There's no logical reasoning to do that.
I'm trying to go through this little Rolodex in this small brain of mine, and I'm coming up with nothing, partner. I got zip on that one. Take the yardage, right? Take the penalty. I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
Today's final
Charles,
score.
it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Kansas City, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they will head home next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, the downward spiral continues as they drop to 0-6 now. And now they'll head to the bye week as they'll be back in action in Week 8. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.